Guten Tag, babies. It's your girl T, aka the nappy-headed jojoba, here today with a wash day routine. But this one's a little bit different. I decided to challenge myself to do a wash day routine using exclusively DIY products. I don't really know why I wanted to try to do this, but I thought it might be a fun experiment. And I also thought it might be helpful for people who want to be super economical about their hair products, because making your own stuff does work out to be cheaper after you make the initial investment in your ingredients. And or for people who just want to be uber natural with the products that they're putting on their hair. Whether you're just doubling down on making sure that everything you use is 100,000% natural with no trace of toxicity, or maybe you're pregnant or nursing and you just want to up your game in terms of making sure that you're not doing anything that might be a little questionable in terms of what you put on or in your body. Let's get into it. To pre-poo, I pre-pooed my hair with just coconut oil. This is what I always used to do before coming up with my pre-poo concoction. But at the very least, even before that, for years and years, I would always pre-poo with coconut oil because it helps to prevent hypofatigue, which is excessive loss of protein during the process of your hair getting wet and drying and getting wet and drying, which happens throughout the wash day process. Anyway, you guys get it. Slapped some coconut oil on my hair the night before, and then the next day it was time to wash. To cleanse my hair in this DIY challenge, I decided to go with a mud wash. My favorite clay to use for mud washes is French green clay, but I still have a big bag of Referral clay kicking around in my stash. So I decided to use that, and I decided to make a big batch as well. You can see this ginormous squeeze bottle I got. I just got it from a restaurant supply store. It actually came in a pack of 6. I couldn't buy just one. Come on, dog. I've done an entire video devoted to my recipe for my clay wash, but in this case, I just used Referral clay instead of French green clay because I was running out of French green clay and I need to restock. But the Referral clay did a great job. I really was happy with having so much of it to work with as well, because I'm tired of running out of my mud wash when I'm trying to use it on my wash days. So definitely happy I picked up these giant squeeze bottles so that I can make a nice big batch whenever I want to use this. The specific recipe for how I like to make my mud washes is linked in the video that I did on them. It's just that I use Referral instead of French green clay like I used in that video. I did 2 lathers, I guess. I mean, it doesn't lather because it's a mud wash, but you guys get what I'm going for. Which is really nice because I usually don't have enough clay to do 2 lathers, so I was really happy to do that. And since I wasn't using any real shampoo, I think if I ever do an exclusively mud wash only type of hair cleansing again, I probably will go for 2 lathers. After the first lather, I just kind of pinned my twists up and then waited a minute or 2 and then went back and did the next lather section by section. And that was pretty much it. That's what I did for the cleansing step on this 100% DIY wash day. After that, it was time for conditioner, so I decided to do a yogurt deep conditioner. I've also done a video on my yogurt deep conditioner, so if you would like to see that recipe, it's in this video here. I really enjoyed that conditioner the first time I tried it, so I was looking forward to using it again, and it did not disappoint. It is slightly gross putting yogurt all over my hair, and yet again, I didn't feel like it was like super moisturizing upon application. With my hair anyway, it seems to be a bit of a big reveal at the end when I'm rinsing that, oh, this was actually really a great conditioner for my hair. Once I was done cleansing and deep conditioning, it was time to moisturize and seal. I will say, after rinsing out the yogurt deep conditioner, my hair felt really soft and supple. Not quite as amazing as some of my commercial conditioners, but I could certainly get by if this was my only option. And I also think the 1-2 punch of using the mud wash with the yogurt deep conditioner left my hair more detangled than it would have been on a normal wash day, which obviously I loved. Mud washes tend to help your hair to kind of get in line. It helps your curls to clump if they're going to do that. And then the acidity of the yogurt-based deep conditioner also helps to do similar things to my hair. So those combined made it really easy when I was rinsing to just kind of run my thumb through my sections and feel like my hair didn't start retangling to quite the same degree it normally does. Because with my hair texture, as soon as it's detangled, it starts tangling immediately. So my hair is never like fully detangled. It's just as detangled as I need it to be able to manage it. But it felt more manageable than what is typical for me. So I really liked that. Because my hair was so nice and manageable, all I did was I actually just split it down the middle into 2 halves. And under the running shower head, I braided my hair into 2 plaits. Just 2 big plaits. I set the ends of each on one of my Curl Squad rollers and then just put on my little turban towel-y thing to let it dry for a bit. And then time got away from me. I wound up going to the dog park and Ray Ray was having such a fun time. We stayed there like an hour, which is like twice as long as I had planned. So then once we got back home, I was just like, okay, time to moisturize and seal. So for the first layer, I kind of re-dampened my hair a bit, even though it was still quite wet. My hair takes forever to dry. My hair is still very, very damp. I misted it with my DIY aloe spray leave-in. I have a video on that. And then to seal, I basically made a Shealoe mix. Shea butter with aloe vera gel and then some oils. This is actually the one thing I don't have a recipe on, so I'll just leave the recipe that I used right here. It's not a recipe that I used. I made it up as I went along. But I did jot it down for you guys in case you're curious, because I got you. And I was mostly happy with the texture I got from this. It's rather creamy. It just has the slightest amount of grit to it because of the coconut cream. I kind of forgot that the coconut cream tends to have a little bit of grit to it, so I could feel that when I was applying it to my hair. So I think next time around, when I make a batch of this, I'll probably leave that out. But overall, I felt like it was a nice moisturizer for my hair, or at least a nice sealant. You know, it's got moisture from the aloe vera gel that's in it, but I was using it more as sort of like a leave-in conditioner slash sealant in one. So now it's the next day. My hair is still not fully dry, so I decided to just throw on this wig for this video, but I still wanted to share this wash day routine with you guys because, you know, some people just like making their own stuff. I'm not that bitch. I am more than happy to just pick something up that I can use right away. That is my preference. That's my favorite thing. But I do like to sort of add in things that I make myself, or even just things that I add to commercial products to kind of boost them. I've got my little arsenal of my favorite boosters for hair products, and actually I think that might be a good video. If you guys would be interested in me doing a video on my favorite boosters for hair products, like things that I add to deep conditioners or leave-ins or whatever the case may be, let me know, because I feel like that might be an interesting video. But overall, as far as this 100% DIY wash day, would I do it again? Absolutely. I think it might be fun to kind of alternate just doing mud washes with shampoo washes from now on, because what I've been doing is shampooing my hair and then following it up with a quick mud wash. But the detangling assistance that I get from the clays, I feel like I need to exploit that more. And also the yogurt conditioner is a real winner for me. I really need to incorporate that into my routine a little bit more. But I should probably use up a lot of the products in my stash first. Again, I think this would be great if for some reason I decide I don't want to do commercial products anymore because I want to be uber pure and clean in terms of the ingredients in my hair care routine. Right now, that's not a top priority for me, but I know it is for some people, so I thought I would share this with you. And now the wheels are tinkering and turning with perhaps another variation on this same theme. I am kind of trying to think of another way I could approach this, where I could do another 100% DIY wash day with perhaps a non-mud wash option for cleansing, a different option for deep conditioning, a different option for moisturizing and sealing. So we'll see if I can come up with anything good for that. But in the meantime, that's going to do it for this one. Let me know in the comments if you are a DIYer, if you're exclusively a DIYer, if you only DIY a few things, if you don't DIY anything because you can't be bothered. And while you guys are doing that, in the meantime, in between time, I will see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye.
That's some nappy-headed hose there, I'm going to tell you that now.